Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. I have the singular honor of introducing a legend today, Eni. His bio, I'm going to read his bio from the screen. Excuse me. All right. Eni is 93 years old, as we can see, and he's been in the game for over 6 decades. I'll read his bio now. Mr. Eni Ehikamenor is from Irua, ran a photographic studio in Benin City before going to the United States to study photography in 1961. Whilst in America, he obtained a qualification in still and television photography and gained experience at a number of studios and laboratories. He's a member of the Institute of Incorporated Photographers, London, and a Professional Photographers of America. First Director of Photography Department, Ministry of Information, former Midwest State of Nigeria. Former Director of Film Service Department, NTA Benin, and former producer and presenter of ASAM magazine titled Ibuene, I hope I got that right, at NTA, a weekly production that promotes the life and culture of ASAM people. Please, let us, I don't know how we're going to do this, welcome him with a clap to honor him. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring us. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's my singular honor to have you here.
Okay.
And we are very happy to do that. I just made a short introduction. I'm very sure that's not sufficient. So I will let you introduce yourself in a way or tell us something we don't know by way of giving us some small history to it.
Yes, my name is Eni Ehikamenor. I'm from a village in Irua. Udomi is my village. That's where I was brought up, and I was to go to school, and which was not less than 7-8 miles. From my village to Uromi was the only government school, or the only school, and it was a government school, and that's where I attended my school from primary 1 to standard 6. Standard 6 was a very high certificate to get that time, but that was my own. And anyway, we wake up very early. That's to go to school, and that's where I learned the word punctuality. I've never been late wherever I'm to go. I'm okay. And I was in school, but because of not able to pay my fees, I was stopped. Then I went into photography in 1952 as an apprentice photographer. Learned it the hard way, and I was able to go through. I had my own photo studio at Benin first time in 1953, and that's where I started my life. After a while that I was to go further, it's a long story, but I was a member of so many clubs because of what I was thinking, that one day I will go back to school. Thank God I did, and I was able to go to America to do photography as my major. That's a school of photography in New York City. It's from there that I came to Nigeria. I'm the first photographer to head the photographic department at the Midwest State. So that's where I started. And when the going was what it was, I had to go back. Started all over to go to schools, do motion picture, what you call animation, and more in photography. Then broadcasting, entered to be a TV broadcaster. So when I came to Nigeria, I got something in NTA, but it was not what I expected. But since my mind was to come back to Nigeria, I was the one to do processing processing of motion picture, there is nobody on that line in the whole of Nigeria, in the whole of West Africa, unless you bring maybe somebody from Europe that will do that. And I accepted. That's how I entered broadcasting. Till they had a language magazine, and I was the one to do that, they say. I was chosen to do it after they checked with other people in the place, and I did. I accepted to do it, and all the years that I did it, there was no repetition. Whether with difficulty, no problem, no transport or whatever, I was able to do it on my own, to travel to the village to record and give a program for the day. So
you talked about learning photography in those days before you traveled.
Yeah.
I'm curious, was it like an apprenticeship system?
Apprentice photographer.
Here in Benin or somewhere?
No, a sapler.
Oh, okay. Could you tell us more about that?
With somebody who studied in Ghana at that time, and at our time there was only daytime photography. You take pictures because of the light that exists. But later, as I was studying, light came and people started
by that you mean
artificial
light?
That's when taking pictures with light started.
Okay.
If not before then, it was only day photography. But at this time now, people write on the sign that they do day and night photography, which means you can take picture with at the place during the day or at night. It was not easy because the people who did only daytime had something to learn to be able to do the night photography because of lighting, the type of what you have, then like having what you call spotlight and other things. People just use the regular light. You have so many bulbs this way, so many bulbs this way, just to have light enough for the exposure of your film. But there was no spotlight that will give you to make you say lighting. You do certain things with the light to show anything special or so, because it was the type of light we had that time.
Interesting, quite interesting.
And that time, the pictures we take, you use the flash. We use flash bulb. You shoot, the bulb goes, and you take that out, you put another bulb.
Interesting. I don't know if we can move to the slide that had the bulb he's referring to, so we have context what we're talking about. Will this be the bulb you're referring to?
That's the advanced one, but the ones we had earlier is not this F25. That's the bulb of this one. But the small flash that we got here, this one was not available in Nigeria. But this is what we used as a press camera. But nobody uses this type here at that time.
I'm wondering, what was the difference you saw, having been an apprentice photographer and then going to study? Was there so much difference from what you had known before?
No, when I got there was nothing too new to me, because I was doing it, but it's advanced there, either because of cameras that I got there were not, more superior than the ones I was using here, or one way or the other. Dark room is dark room. Here we do not use exposure meter, and they use the exposure meter. We just guess
with the eyes,
and you know what exposure to get.
Interesting.
Yeah. And there is what you call a thermometer. You have to know the temperature of your chemical. But here we don't. If I put my hand in the chemical, I'll know what to get. And it was always correct just from experience.
From experience.
And those who don't know as much as I did, because I was always in the dark room, doing one thing or the other, doing you have a negative, you put it on the enlarger, and you make a picture, you make another picture, is double picture of the same person. Nobody did all that. Nobody taught me all that.
Double impression.
Because of the time I spent in the dark room, I was doing one thing or the other before I ever left here to study more.
Interesting. During our research phase, we noticed that your work majored mainly around portraits and reportage for news purposes and all of that. Can you talk to us about what made you interested in portraits?
Portraiture is a part of photography. Whether you are a reporter or you are anything, why I was very much interested in portraiture is I was able to do retouching. Retouching means if there is any spot on the face, you will use a pencil. It's a type of retouching pencil that you will spot it. And when you print, it will not, the spot will not come out like a pimple or whatever is there.
Blemish.
You will not get that there. I will be able to remove it because of experience. Other people do retouching, but people do better than others, and some people know better than the others.
Okay, thank you. I want us to look at a couple of your works, a couple of portraits you've made, and then just talk about them from there. All right. We'll go back to the previous. Was this in studio or was this done in studio?
Studio. Studio. That's highlight. That's a special way of taking that type of picture. And that to pose will tell you what side of the face. You have profile, you have full face, you can look up and look down. And in taking all those type of pictures, you can, setting, I don't think you have such things in my collection. You can tell a lie with your camera.
How do you mean, sir?
To tell a lie with your camera is you only to use an angle.
Okay.
Either you take the picture from a lower angle, or you take it from a higher angle. You see, the nose will be flat if you take it from a higher level. But if you also take it from a lower angle, it's going to show your face as different from being normal like this. So to take a good picture, you have to be on the same level, not higher, not lower. Unless if you want to show something special about the object.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll move on a little. It was in the 50s and 60s you started. And that was when you started having cameras in Nigeria, or at least available to most photographers, I suppose.
There were cameras of different types, but the camera we have then is not this type of camera that you have today. You can take a photograph with your phone now, but at that time, the tripod you use is a tripod. Anyway, that's a tripod. You have not this type. Our own is wooden tripod. So it still standard with the three ways to support the camera, but very heavy. I could remember the first camera I used, I don't know the weight, but if you carry it, you will not walk from here to that end. I mean the weight, but that's what I was able to afford at the very beginning. And I didn't have enough money to go to buy a more modern one, but I met somebody who sells, and he gave it to me and asked me, I don't have the cash. I told him I will pay you at such and such a time. And before that time, when I went with the money, I told him £5 is the balance for me to pay, because I was to pay on an installment basis. But he said he was so surprised how I got that. And I took a new model with a lighter tripod, and I paid him cash for that. And he said that £5 that I was owing, he gave it to me because he can see how hard working I was. So that's how I started.
Talk to us about what the community of photographers in Nigeria or in Benin at that time looked like. I'm sure they're not as large as we have them now because of technology.
The quantity?
No, the community of photographers. I'm sure there are contemporaries in that time.
The number of people?
Yes, who were practicing.
No.
Can you mention someone that was in that era?
Was
yes,
one of the highest
I was going to come to that.
I know Gunje that time. That one went to London to study photography, but when he came, he was doing the photographic style, not our own, like you go there, he will give you the style, like pictures you will see there, you will see that the pictures we take, or the style, or the way is not the way they do when you go outside to study.
But within Benin, other than Alonge, can you tell us anyone else who was practicing?
Oh, very much. There was a man from Igbo land, Anya Photos. That one was at Ikpoba Road at Benin here, and he was doing very well.
So there was a thriving community as at that time. That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, moving forward. I noticed you belong to a couple of institutions, like the Professional Photographers of America. Was there anything similar in Nigeria we had at that time for you people?
Yeah, I was able to arrange one here in Benin, and none of the people that I even have a picture I should have shown you now. Some of the people that came to meet me in my village when I had something going on.
So it was like an association?
The very Alonge was the head of the
association.
Of the people doing the photographic this thing. But when I went and came back, I was able to write something from, being a member of a photographic group. We were following that, and NUJ came, Nigeria Union of that one came, and I was a member of that. I was able to talk to people, not to teach, but whatever they want to know or something, we are able to discuss, and they know what it is.
Can you talk to us about your time with Alonge, if there were projects you worked on together, or memory you want to share from that era?
No, photography is a different profession that... No, he was an elderly person, so he was like our father. So if we have meetings or something, we have high respect for him because he did the job so well and wide. When I say wide, by being the Oba, any group that belongs to the Oba, he was the one taking the pictures earlier before person like us came in. He was well advanced before you came in. Before, please, like me.
Can you talk to us about the Queen's visits? I noticed the photograph. Can you put that up?
He was the main person to take pictures there at that time also.
The Queen's visits, where Prince Charles and the Queen came to Nigeria. Can you tell us your experience from then?
Oh, yeah. I was not officially invited. That time for that type of photography or that type of event, people are, especially the government people, like those the press photographers, like belong to like Ministry of Information, other high people and that, we get permission and register that they will take pictures there. But people like me now will be on the side. So where Alonge will be close to the people in the field, like me now, will be outside the fence. So we all still take the same pictures, but not from the same angle that he has. He has a better choice to choose what angle, what what direction, or by running to the other side or running to the other side. But as I was outside the gate, outside the area, if I'm able to stand like this and see what's happening, I will be able to take a picture. And that's how I got that the way I did. And that one was shown, even when Queen died, that was the picture. Not the one I took then, but
from the collection.
It was the same exposure, the same time and everything. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I want to ask you a question. It should be coming at the end, but from all the times we have visited you, I noticed how lit and how alive you are when we start talking about photography. Even at 93, you are still very passionate about it. What is it about photography that makes you this passionate?
Oh, well, like photography to me is my hobby and my profession. Whether I get paid for taking a picture or not, I still go out to take pictures. Because my own mind is that it is a very good way of keeping records. And it tells a story that you cannot verbally say, oh, when it was like this, I was able to, it doesn't go like that. But just one picture will tell a story of more than 100,000 words. Yeah, just only one picture. When you see it, depending on your own interpretation, you will write a whole book, and it will be more than 100,000 words that you will use for that picture alone.
Let's talk about the importance of archiving, of keeping works. Now we see the value of the works that you produce in time past. Please talk to us. How important is it for us to keep our works, to archive them for future use?
For future use?
Yes. What in your experience, like, should we be doing to help do that?
Oh yes, very, very important. That's the only way, because there are books written saying one thing or the other, or telling us about Benin, but there are pictures taken also at when the white people first came to this country, and those who came here and how they came here. Only one picture will tell how they were then and how they look at that time, different from the white people that come here now. And they will not talk the same way. But your picture will tell that what it was then and what it is now.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
From a source, I read while preparing for this, I'm just going to read a quote from it and then have you respond to it. It was written, "You will notice that none of the pictures here have titles." A couple of lines down says, "This is deliberate. Most of them are self-explanatory, and even the ones that are not, all that matters is that you should enjoy looking at them." Do you remember this?
Yeah, in many of the places I've been to or exhibitions that I've had, whether in New York or here in Benin, when the British office or something, I can't remember what it was, the British office here, the same thing, they ask me, why do I not put caption? In short, if you put a caption, or if I do put a caption in a photograph that I take, I limit the understanding, the interpretation of another person looking at that very picture. So I leave it open for the person or whoever is looking at the picture to do the interpretation by himself. Suppose we have a picture, like any picture that, okay, if we see that picture now, Then I say, I say what it is to me. Maybe you will get another way or another understanding looking at the very picture. That's my own understanding.
So you shouldn't limit.
If I put there, I say like this picture now. If I put there and I say an old man smoking, I limit
my imagination.
That's my own way to say it, but somebody else will look at it and say, "But what of the tobacco? Or what of the smoke coming out? What of so that tree? That
go back to the tree.
That one, I took that picture when I was just beginning photography, and he won me first prize in Western region here as a photographer. I can't remember what they say to show, and I took that picture. That one won me first prize in that very category. Yeah.
Okay, I do want to talk about some things we mentioned before we came here. The post-production. Can we flip to the other pictures? Yeah, the colored photographs. I had this. How did you guys achieve this in that time?
How it was made?
Yes, how it was made, because it wasn't colored from the
It's a black and white picture.
So explain to us how this was made.
But there is two ways of doing coloring by using colors. You have light color picture, and this is a heavy oil color picture. Heavy. If you take that picture out, you can wash it, because it is oil we use, not just a regular simple color that we use to color it. So that very picture is a heavy oil coloring.
This would be the equivalent of our Photoshop for providing context. They will make black and white and then overlay, like do overlay.
Yes, no color pictures at this time.
Can we see more of that, please?
I was in the US when color pictures came out. Every picture we take was
go back a bit.
Was in black and white.
Like this? No. The one before. No. The one, there's a wedding photograph, a wedding picture. Yes, this. I'm sure it's the same process used to achieve the necklace. The same coloring effect was done on the necklace.
No, that's just ordinary tinting.
Okay, after
we say tinting on this color, they tinted it with color.
If you want to advise someone who's just starting photography, a young person like me or a younger self, what would you be saying?
Depending on the discussion I will have with the person, whatever I say will make him, he has to be interested. He will go into it because of the money that he will be getting. First of all, it has to be in your mind that this is a job I want to do, and I will do it well to my satisfaction and to satisfy the customer. I have never failed anybody. Whoever say this picture is no good, I don't argue with the person. And the person who is going to do photography has to know that the customer is always correct. If you argue, it's a failure on your part. Do not argue. You say, oh, this picture is like this, because he may not like it, either because of how he look, or it's too dark, or it's too light, or the way the person put on his hat. Whatever he criticized the picture with, or in any way he criticized the picture, you say, oh, okay. If possible, repeat the picture. Instead of you to argue, to make the person understand that it's a good picture you have presented to him.
Have you been rejected like that before?
Huh?
Have you been rejected like that in terms of your work?
There are many pictures in my house. Picture I took I think about 1950, I can't remember, but long ago, the people in the picture, the man and the wife, I know them very well. I took their pictures in color and I printed them and framed them, everything, but they say they don't like the picture. Not only that person, I have more than 4 groups of pictures like that in the house. I didn't throw them away. They are still there. Day before yesterday, as we were going through all these things, I saw pictures that I took out. I took the pictures and I sent them to the people or to the couple. They are now, the man is not even able to walk now because he's old now. For you to know, it's not yesterday talk I'm doing. But he said, how you get this picture? I say, you are inside it, your wife is inside it. He said, oh yes, but I didn't want to continue. That's how we ended it. But the picture that I took that time, I was able to copy it, you know, and sent it to him. Huh? No, for you to know. I'm not asking, I didn't send him a bill now or anything, but just to, I was not annoyed. I didn't get offended or anything because I have other people to attend to.
It basically means the picture took on more value over time.
Well, I think if they now want it, I will not give it to them free. But I've been keeping the pictures, and when I say keeping the pictures, to keep pictures is not an easy job.
Yes.
So they should pay for demurrage.
Okay.
Archiving.
Archiving, that's the word. I'm just joking. We have a question from the audience.
Okay, my question is actually based on...
Louder because...
Okay, my question is based on photography, telling stories, historical photography.
Historical photographs.
Huh?
Historical photographs.
Oh,
You will have to shout.
Okay, sorry, my voice first. I was not opportune to start the session with you, but I'm asking questions based on Benin environment. There are a lot of historical architecture here in Benin that is already lost. And from my own time, I don't think I even met anything. It's just something that we saw on the road. So my question is, why don't we have these archives, these photographies that tell these stories for the younger generations to pick up from? And then secondly, there are a lot of things that have been deleted in terms of keeping these archives. Apart from the fact that we know that the Westerners came to steal or whatnot and all, there is this documentation I came across about the wall of Benin, and it's not written anywhere. In fact, so many people in Nigeria don't even know about this thing. So as an elder, in as much as I don't know where his story is coming from, I would like to know what we can do to brace or close up the gap between this history of ours and the ones that we tell the Westerners. Because outsiders can't tell our story, we have to, tell it. So that's where my question is.
Do you understand what she's trying to say?
If I know what she's saying, if I understand, photography started, didn't start at that time.
Sorry.
And it is only the tourists or the visitors that take pictures that they shoot. Okay. And they are not this type of photography at that time.
Yeah, but we had artists who drew in the King's Court, who could actually make pictures. Not necessarily this type of photography that we have now, but we have like drawings or, things that will represent things that happened then. Because
let me touch you. I'm sure you're going to talk about archiving for...
Yes, like that's why I say historical photography. So my point is, don't we have anything linking to that? Because it's like going backwards, trying to find out what there are a lot of informations that has been scrapped out of the history. How do we regain those things? How do we get it?
I think that the conversation is beyond the scope of.
Okay, so that's why I said I don't know where his story is coming from.
We're discussing basically his experience in the last 60 years of practice.
Okay.
And what he has witnessed and what he's passing down to us. That's what we're discussing.
Oh, okay.
I guess yours is bothered around archiving.
Yes. I'm sorry. I should have taken it.
That also is not an individual side. What I have may not be published in any place, but the museum has answers for those type of things.
Okay.
Because even what we have given to the like that book now is I was interviewed by the museum from Washington D.C. They came to Benin here, and what I told them and everything, recorded, and all the pictures that I long get to in those early days of the British and all of that things, and the Upper Palace and all, are in the picture. Are in the book.
Record.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that basically there are books that can be referenced. I'm sure there's some of the books he brought are behind. After now, we can just go check them.
I want to make a contribution. I feel that's also a call to action for those of us that are here. So we're talking about not having access to archives, works that were created in the past, but today would be tomorrow's past. So in your own space, what are you doing? What images are you creating? How are you storing? How are you archiving? How are you publishing? So that question is also for us.
If you want to clap, please clap. I'm surprised you don't have the losses.
Sorry, I have a contribution to this because this part really touches me. I was talking to someone this morning about SO Alonge's archives that are now in the Smithsonian, and how we easily transferred the entire archive to the Smithsonian and left our own archives to be a bit more empty. So I think for us who are now beginning to constantly think about this, first of all, I appreciate what Tell the Story is doing. Having us listen to Eni Ehikamenor's journey and his story, but I think it's a call for us to begin to reach out to some of the people like him, to begin to think through their archives, better ways to properly, store them and begin to exhibit them. Else, we'll keep losing our very critical archives. I can't go into a longer story now, but we can share on a different time, and it's something to learn from also.
Sorry, you didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry, my name is John Osawe. Okay, 9 to 5, I work for MOA as a outreach and learning coordinator. Every other time, I'm John Alive. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, any other question, please?
My name is Akibe Blessed. Did you hear?
With DBS?
No, Akibe Blessed.
Akibe Blessed, my name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. So actually, I've been really thrilled, especially when I saw the sort of the publicity for this meeting, and I was like, a 93-year-old, I really need to come and hear from you. And just you sharing your journey has been really inspiring. And you mentioned something that you do photography whether you are paid to do it or not, right? So I'd just like to ask, what challenges have you had doing photography professionally in your journey? From the time you started, what challenges do you have, and how were you able to overcome those challenges doing photography professionally in your days? Yes, sir.
I didn't, if I understand well.
So you were running a photography business at that time. You had a studio.
Yes.
So were there any challenges you encountered with your clients while you were running the studio?
It can border on pricing, maybe relationship,
Meeting their demands, because you mentioned something about
The relationship
Yeah, maybe
with the people?
Yes,
with
in your
the
customers, exactly.
Excellent. In other words, as I say, like me now, I tell people what it is to argue with the customer. Nobody taught me that. I know very well that the customer is always correct. Some people have abused me and all of that things, but they come back. I don't reply any argument. I don't like somebody say, "Oh, you fool, you this," any language you use. I hear it, but I'm still around, and I will be around when he come back. not me inviting him, but on his own, he comes back.
So,
And I noticed many people like that they cuss me out to do anything and argue and all, but I'm not the one to invite them, but they come back next time and say, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, either the elderly people, they say, oh, my boy, this and that. I remember that I saw somebody who, I can't remember the occasion, but the man cursed me out, did everything because of what I did. Whether he said he didn't like the picture, he recopied the picture, reproduction that I made for him. He was not satisfied. So I took it easy like that, but the way he did, after traveling all over the world and all, I saw this very man, and I bowed to say hello to him. He said, are you not that photographer, this and that? I said, yes. He said he was so surprised that I'm the one saying hello to him after a long time. So, in other words, nobody offends me. Instead of saying somebody offends me, he offends himself because he go back regretting why he said what he said to me. I learned that, and I'm telling everybody, don't retaliate. Don't answer person who say, oh, you are using any type of language. I don't know that type of language. And I've heard those type of languages all over in all types of languages.
I think in essence, he's just trying to say we need to be more professional in dealing with the people we meet and let them not reduce us to where they are. Instead, we should maintain professionalism. I think that's a summary of what he's trying to say. Anyone else, please?
Good afternoon, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Taribu. My name is Taribu.
Taribu. His name is Taribu.
Talibu?
Yes, mine is out. Okay, sir. My question is based on this present generation. When you see a photographer, after meeting the photographer, the next thing they see is the area of photography they are practicing. Like, you see a photographer and be like, I'm a wedding photographer, I'm a documentary photographer, I'm a wildlife photographer. Was it like that during your time? And if yes, what photographer will you call yourself at that time? That was one. Okay. The second question is that you mentioned about stop motion while you were in the US. I would like for you to talk more about that.
Okay. I'm a general photographer. I do like painting, call me, I do it. Reporting, press photography, I did it.
Wedding.
Landscape. Anything, if you look at my work, there is no type of picture that you will not see. Not just portraiture, but portraiture happen to be maybe one of the highest in my mind because that one sells. But if you do landscape, it has to be somebody who wants that. Not just everybody that will do that. And in portraiture, baby pictures, I was an expert because where I work in New York, people don't do that type of job because they don't have the patience. You know how to, many of you have taken the little baby's picture. You know what you go through to get the picture. It's not easy. It needs patience.
I suppose in that time, the art had not grown enough for this kind of specialties that we now have. And so right now there are people who are just retouchers. That's all they do. I'm sure at that time we didn't have that kind of experiences. So go ahead with your questions.
Okay, my name is David Ilova. I'm a documentary photographer. Okay, so my question is personal. As a 93-year-old, how do you feel about photography right now? How do you feel about photography as a 93-year-old? Do you still practice? And if you do, our approach right now, do you think we are still on course, or do you think we are drifting away?
Directly, I do not take pictures anymore as I would. But I talk about picture, even if I'm sleeping, I dream about it.
Wow.
And I'm ready to talk about it anytime, even with a group, or even a person who comes to my house and they say, hey, after looking at picture, has something to ask or has something to say, I'm ready. There are pictures, people who come to my place, they ask for a picture. Somebody just called me from the US. He's asking me for a picture taken 1965 in this place of the husband that is late. And they want to do the remembrance or something. He said if I can still get the picture. Wow. Certain things I do not have like a list or you go to a book like this and open and know which pictures were taken at such and such a time, this and that. But I remember them. There is a picture I took out yesterday. I sent it to some people. I said, do you know anybody here? The people in that picture are grandmas and grandpas. It's a very small picture, but I saw how important it was then that the picture was taken. And some reply and say, I don't know anybody there. And they are inside the picture.
There's a follow-up to your question.
The way you photographed back then and the way we are photographing right now, do you think we are still on track or we are drifting away?
It's not the same anymore. At that time, we have something to think about. Many things for us to think about or know before a good picture is made. But this time now, you don't set the camera. No, if you have a camera, you don't set because the Kodak B camera do not have any speed. So it's I, instantaneous, and B for breath. So if you put it on breath, to have more light going into the film, you have to hold it tight without breathing. Then you click, it will take. But if now you have a camera, even if you are running, a subject is moving, you will take a picture and you get it without focusing, without setting the speed of the film into it or something, or looking at the exposure meter that is built in now. We didn't have anything like that. Everything comes from experience or guesswork or something at the beginning. As time goes on, I know that if I put the camera at 160 a second and use the f11, I will get a good camera on the clear weather.
So we have technology to our rescue, Abi. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Okai Okoje. I couldn't help but notice the Izakpa on your shoulder.
Oh,
yes.
I'm so used to it that anywhere I've been, even when I went to the United Nations in America, I always put this one on.
Is there a symbolism? Is there a symbolism behind it?
Oh, yes, very, very much. It's not used and it's not known by everybody.
Yes.
But anybody from Eastern land will know.
Exactly. So now it takes me to my real question. My real question is, we've seen how historically we've had pictures from Benin, from when we talk of Edo as a whole, we've had pictures from Benin. But in Esan, we don't have a lot of, I've not seen, except you can point me in the right direction, I have not really seen historical pictures from Esan.
If you look at this one carefully, there are some that I have.
There's one in Noji.
Oh, sorry. The one with the man smoking the pipe.
That man smoking is from Esan land.
Okay. So the real question, sir.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hold it. That's the Onoje of Uromi, Denoje the second.
Okay.
I know him very well, and I took his picture the very day he was made the Onoje of Uromi. The other pictures with him and all others are not here now, but that's Edenoje the second.
Just to follow up on that, I also saw some photographs when we visited of, I think he regularly takes elders of his clan. There's one I saw, 1966.
And there are pictures like the Onoje of Igwebe was like this when I know him, but if the pictures have been taking him from that time till now, even when he was made the Onoje of Igwebe. I have motion picture slides of all those type of people.
So, staying on this, coincidentally, I'm from the royal family in Uromi.
Where?
In Uromi.
Okay.
So, this happens to be maybe like a grand uncle of mine. So, and this is the first time
you see
I'm seeing this picture or any picture at all.
What
from
we are talking
that
about here now is a picture does not tell lie. You know, picture tells the truth always. As you see it, there is nothing to add or something to take out there to say more than that is the Onoje of Uromi
at the time.
At that time.
So maybe we'll
so
talk
that's
again.
what my interest is in photography. That the picture shows exactly what the person is, and anytime you see it, it reminds you of that that's the person. No change.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Last one. At the time, were you the only one in Esan taking pictures like this? Were you the only one in Esan taking photos like this?
Photographers, but the people I trained that time, I had more than 17 apprentices in my studio.
Wow.
So they all became one thing or the other out of the place. There is one man that I trained, he became a big photographer at Uromi. Yeah. Ifada Ibefo.
I don't know him.
So
he's still alive.
Setting you on it for
I still talk to him today.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. We'll continue discussion from there.
So I just have one contribution. I feel like a lot of people have posed different questions, and this is something that it's good that these questions come up when we gather. And beyond making photographs, I feel we should start exploring other avenues of solving the problems within our community, because people would not understand the problems we go through. People would not understand the problems we have with publishing, archiving, but we know the problems because we experience them. So beyond making images, it's left for us to explore other avenues to solve those problems. By the side, we could still take advantage and even monetize these solutions, but the work is beyond just taking pictures, and I hope we keep at it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for contributing. So,
he still has a question.
We're almost out of time, but okay, we can accommodate that.
You spent more than 50 years on this journey, and I know that not all the time would have been great or awesome. Can you tell us a story about the time where you felt like this was not what you should be doing?
Yeah, it's trying to say, did you ever feel discouraged?
Never. Why I quickly answer that question is I have done more than what the ordinary person can do in photography.
Awesome.
If you go to my house today, you will see pictures of different types from here till when you are tired later in the evening today. They are not labeled, they are not, like you have in the library, you have things lined up. Nothing you on your own will like to go to that you will not see. Slides, we didn't talk about that. Slide is just like each picture tells a story, and you have the motion picture. If that one runs, and that's it. But to slide the slides, I've been able to tell stories to people, like I went to a place in New Jersey, in America. A group of people there said they want to know about Nigeria, and they only know about America. What I did was to do slides. I did by tabletop. There was a picture there that is called tabletop. You know, put anything down, you take it. Take this thing. Anyway, to tell you of a few of what I'm saying, our coins. I took a picture of it and put it on one side and put the American dollar on one side. I had a picture of somebody. Baby in America is to use a stroller. And for here, we put a baby on the back. You compare those. They cook with a stove in the house, and we make fire to do cooking. Big pot that I show on slide. So if like as they are doing there just now, you press it, you see the two pictures, one here, one carrying the baby at the back, one using the stroller. You know, things, just many things like that. I was able to explain this is this, this is this. How we do it and how they do it.
Thank you very much.
You can see that without talking, the pictures will
just
tell them
to help
what
address,
you can't
before,
explain.
He addressed that before. He said he's both the hobbyist and the professional. That whether or not it provides money, he's just happy making the photograph.
And I've always been happy being a photographer, because wherever I am, I'm never at the back. Because I'm here now to, I click and everything, and no, never any sad moment for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. My last question would be, if Edgar was to be your 20 years old self, right? What advice would you give to yourself 20 years old?
In photography or in life?
In life.
I have very few, but I can't say much. Never be offended. Never anybody offend you. Anybody who offend me offend himself, as I just said. No, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
You know, somebody say, oh, you idiot, this and that. It's like you put in water on top of a tortoise back. It won't settle, it won't remain. It will, as soon as you pour it, it flows out. What else? I'm happy, so I want everybody to be happy. I don't have money. I don't have money, but for me to do anything to make offend somebody or make somebody sad, never. I would rather do something or talk for somebody to be laughing or saying, oh yes, I will live for tomorrow. Not somebody is sad. No, don't worry. You worry never come the way you worry about worry. You thinking now, oh tomorrow. Today is for you. Don't think about tomorrow the way you will put a hand like this and say, oh, hey, now maybe this. Yes, that's you. Know it that is you and it's not nobody else.
Thank you, sir.
What happened yesterday, you start thinking about it, the person is killing himself. Yesterday is past. You are alive. Think about, look at it today, that today is your day. Today has not come. You don't know whether tomorrow will come. So why worry about tomorrow? If tomorrow is gone, why worry about tomorrow? Yesterday is gone. Why worry about yesterday? Think about yourself or whatever you have to think about today. It will be okay and be over by God's grace.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We'd like to end it on these notes. Maybe during interaction, you could ask a couple of questions, as long as it's strong enough to take them. Before we go to that point, I'd like to present this award to him. You don't have to stand, sir. From Tell That Story, an award of excellence. Excellent Inspirational Award to Pa Eni for his immense contribution to the lens-based visual arts for over 6 decades. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It brings me joy that you're this happy about it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
As I say, something like this, I thank God, and I at least expect this, but it has come. So why would I be worried earlier, thinking, oh, hey, all the best, I hope, will come.
Thank you very much.
And this is a very nice something that I will show my children. And today, before the day is over, no matter what part of the world they are, they will see it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A round of applause for him, everyone. Thank you very much.
And thank you all. Another thing is, I'm glad that you are able to get yourself together here like this. Do not forget each other, because what you tell the other one is for good, help the other one to think well and be happy. When you are all by yourself, you are not doing anything to yourself, you are not doing anything to your neighbor or your friend. That's why I always tell people, like those you go to school or attended school with 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 200 years ago, try to keep in touch with them if you still can reach them, because you talking to them or hearing their voice or they hearing your voice makes a very good part of life and happiness to each of you. Not just, it's not one-sided. You will be happy, the other person will be happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
We're grateful for your presence and the honor you have given him. Thank you very much. Solo, this is the bridge to the Old Testament. We all did digital. But this man is from the analog age.
Come forward now, come nearer, because...
Please, my name is Solomon Akinleyin.
Louder, please.
I said my name is Solomon Akinleyin. Yes, by the grace Solomon. of God, I came from the lineage of photographers. Yes, my father was a photographer. My uncle is a photographer. I am a photographer.
And your children?
Yes, sure. So, like, my dad was sunrise photography. Sunrise. Yes, sir, by Uselushe.
Sunrise?
Yes, sir.
That's about what years?
I think they should be the generation after you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir, very well.
Okay, because if they are beginners at the time
you practice?
Yes, because I met him as a photographer, so I'm sure that is the generation after your set. I'm certain about that. Yes, sir.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but then I was opportune to use the analog camera as well. I was opportune to be in the dark room. Yes, I was opportune. I understand many of the pictures that you displayed. Even when you mentioned tilting, I understood it. I was explaining to somebody behind how they used to tilt with that pen. When you print and then you are shading the picture of the photographs. I was opportune to experience it as well. I know developing, I know fixing, I know how to make black and white, original black and white.
So any information between Malaka and Matthew?
Yes.
So he knows how to mix the chemical.
Very well, sir.
Because later the chemical was made to be automatic. You know, they bring it in a cup and then you just pour it, you mix it, you have your first developer, and you have the fixture in another one.
Yes.
But at our time, we have a scale to measure.
Oh, wow.
All the chemicals that are used, the metal, this, that, and all, to make the chemical to develop.
Interesting.
Wow.
Then you have the one to mix, to fix.
Yes.
Thank you very much. A round of applause again. Thank you. Thank you.